Hello, Barmy Badger Army.
Hey, Badger Army.
Welcome to a post-Easter special. And I hope you're all well. It's been such a long time. It's been about 3 to 4 weeks since we've done it on the bench, I guess. But we're back, and we're hopefully going to do at least once a week. Isn't that right, Mr. Nick?
Indeed we are, and we are still reminding people to wear your masks, and that we are in a bubble. Hence, we are a little close together. Exercise social distancing where possible.
Yes, indeed, and wear your masks, all the business. Yes, and of course, alcohol, gel, sanitize, and all the stuff. Right, and keep safe and keep alive.
Indeed, indeed. Of course, restrictions lifted on the 12th of this month.
That's correct.
I would say make sure that you keep up with kind of like what's happening and what's not. At the
That's
moment,
right.
Everyone's
Yeah.
being encouraged to meet outside, and yes, whatever you do, do not rush out like the last couple of months didn't happen.
That's right.
That's what's going to land us straight back in it.
That's right, yeah. And that's what happened before, wasn't it? Everyone was like, whoa, party!
That
and
is
it ruined,
why.
yeah.
Yeah, that is why we are in the position that we're in.
Yes, that's right.
But yeah, I think a lot is still hanging in the balance about this summer. Boomtown Festival, which a few of my friends were going to attend, was unfortunately cancelled.
That's right.
This week.
And there was a lot of controversy around the fact that they're still selling tickets for certain events that they know aren't going to happen. So that's an interesting thing.
That, but yes.
Yeah, like a lot of these Boomtown things and all these festivals and that, there's lots of rumours that they know it's not going to happen, but they're still selling the tickets and stuff. So it's very interesting the way that's going to go.
So yes, indeed. Make sure that you read through the terms and conditions. Look at
That's
what
right.
it says with regards to cancellation.
That's right.
Normally, the only time that they will give you a refund with festival tickets is with cancellation of the event.
That's right, yeah. But then, of course, if they then go to you and say, well, it's definitely going to be on next year, then you'll have paid for your ticket and obviously it'll roll over. So make sure you read the fine print, because obviously you might ending up like a lot of people with all these holidays, isn't it, Nick? They ended up being in a bad situation where they paid the money and they just go, well, it happened next time, it happened next time, it happened next time. And to be honest with you, that actually happened to my mum, because she goes on these coach tours and things like that, doesn't she? And she goes on these sort of like, you know, like sort of, I don't want to say elderly person holidays, but you get what I mean, don't you? Like a coach trip or something like that, where it's all really heavily organised. And she goes on those, and they kept cancelling them, and they wouldn't give her the money back. So we had a bit of a fight on our hands of that, which was annoying. But there you go. And so, yeah, please make sure you read the fine print on all these things. Now, obviously, tons of stuff has happened during the Easter break. Old Prince Philip.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I mean, it had been a while coming, but I wanted him to reach his 100th birthday.
Yes, of course. Everyone did, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I was kind of hoping that he held on that long, but obviously. If you can't, then you can't. And 99 years is nothing to be sniffed at.
Definitely not. He did very well, didn't he? You know, regardless about how you feel about the Royals or anything like that, he was, you know, a 99-year-old man, and it would have been awesome if he got his letter from his wife. God, that's a terrible joke.
Never mind.
But yes, that's true though, yes. But
yes,
moving on.
Well, good service to his nation.
Yes.
I know he kind of became known for the odd gaff every so often.
Oh God!
But,
yeah, but do you think that was
books of those? But
yeah? Do you think that was just part of his personality? Do you think sometimes he did it on purpose, or do you think?
I don't know if he did it on purpose. I'm
Yeah.
not sure. I'm not sure if he did it on purpose. I suppose he was the kind of person who spoke as he found.
That's right. Yeah.
So yes, it's like, we don't encourage those kinds of gaffes.
Please make sure you think before you speak, everyone, especially nowadays.
Yes, at least one newspaper has already had to apologise, saying apparently we all secretly enjoyed his gaffes, even though a few of them were quite racist.
That reminds me, I watched back an old Apprentice the other day. We've been watching the 2016 Apprentice.
Oh, blimey.
And what was it? Like, Colony Gin. And it was like a dodgy brown colour, and it was like the African part of the map and stuff like that. I was just like, And And it was big in the Metro and stuff like that. Racist gin in Apprentice. It was like, oh my God.
Dear.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Oh dear. I haven't watched much of The Apprentice. It's normally on the times when I'm on the radio, and it was just like,
yeah.
But I've watched clips of it, and yeah, these people who are so full of themselves just falling apart.
I know, it's hilarious. I would yeah.
And I mean, I think I have too many memories of angry teachers at school that Sir Alan reminds me of. Maybe to properly enjoy it.
Well, yes, definitely. I remember Mrs. Meredith. She was my history teacher, and you know, as a younger badger, who wasn't as self-assertive and all this sort of stuff and as confident, she used to drive me in tears. You know, this elderly, strict, you know, Victorian-esque teacher used to drive me mad. And
I had a few teachers like that as well.
Big shout out to Mr. Benson, who got bits and pieces thrown at him. That was the teacher after Mrs. Meredith. He got bits and pieces thrown at him, and he went so insane that he went off with mental health issues. And just before that, he created a fort in the class to escape from the children. So big shout out to you, Mr. Meredith, Mr. Benson, if you're watching. And a nice little shout out to, I think he was my English teacher, Mr. Chadwick, who was a lovely man. But anyway, moving on. So yes, what was it we were saying? Yes.
So yes, we've had. So yes, of course, Prince Philip sadly passed away. DMX sadly passed away.
Yes, this is true. DMX, X gonna give it to you.
Yes, indeed. That was the theme. That was actually part of one of the theme tunes on the show that was on before me on the radio a couple of years ago.
Okay, yeah.
So yes, one of the presenters was known simply as X.
Oh, okay.
So it worked out quite well.
Yes, yes, and obviously he's been quite culturally relevant even now, because I think it was about 2 years ago, they released Resident Evil 2. Guess who the main bad guy is? Mr. X. So then a lot of viral videos came up with X gonna give it to you, you know, so that sort of thing. And also, fun fact, DMX's sort of one of his top Hollywood films with Jet Li, Cradle to the Grave, I believe it was, became #1 in HBO streaming list. So there you go. Also one of my favourite films if you like cheesy action martial arts films. So there you go. Yeah, it's a real shame about DMX, one of my favourite rappers of all time, and really had his, you know, his hand on the pulse. Even now, when you listen to a lot of his music, it's very current still, means a lot, and sort of resonates vibes with modern society. So he's going to go along with being one of the immortals, I feel. You know, very interesting man. And, you know, regardless about what you think of him, once again, same with Prince Philip, really. Regardless of what you think of him, he's definitely made an impact on society.
Absolutely.
Yes, definitely. So, Nick, talking about more light-hearted stuff, did you eat lots of Easter eggs?
Not loads. I've actually still got mine. I haven't finished it yet. I just, simply because...
Well, you are a nibbler.
Yes. The thing is, it's like, I try not to consume too much dairy every day.
Hello.
I try not to consume too much dairy, so I'll have it kind of like in small doses. So, but I had an eventful Easter. I did a few short films. You might recall in the last video we did that we spoke about those. Yes. So, and we're going to do a special video on some other bits, aren't we? Some adverts. We're going to do some meats. Yes, indeed. I did an advert over the Easter holidays for a couple of days, which we can't say too much about now. We will talk about more nearer the time.
Yes.
And I did a feature film on Saturday playing a police officer. That film was called Overseas Husband. That's hopefully coming out around June time. I played a police officer in Hard to Leave, the Backstories, an Amazon Prime series.
Yes, that's right.
Hopefully going to be out soon. And another police officer in a short film called Safe Travels.
That's right.
Which is going to be coming out. It's hopefully going to be on London Live later in the year.
Okay.
And also, I'll be doing I'll be narrating a new kids show. I think they're just working on the pilot episode for now.
Brilliant.
It's a show called Bumper the Bumblebee.
Okay, and fantastic. I didn't know this.
And I'm the narrator.
Wow.
I met the author at a networking event.
Oh, we'll definitely be talking more about that. We can do a special video on that then. Yeah, definitely. And you never know, we might even be able to do some special stuff where you read the books and stuff. That'd be hilariously great.
I mean, I'd be up for that. I don't know what it's like, how free we are with reading stuff on YouTube, but yes.
We'll figure that out. Well, if you're the narrator of the show, I'm sure we'll get away with it. But yes, that leads me on to another thing. And yeah, we had lots of Easter eggs, had fun in the park. Obviously, we did lots of streams and fun and videos and silliness. So yeah, me and Badger Jr. and the boss had a good Easter too. And talking about the fact that you play lots of police officers, Nick, we're going to talk now about the benefits and pitfalls of being typecast in acting. Go.
The one thing I would say is that it's actually quite useful when you're starting out, because lots of the roles that you will get are kind of like smaller roles, what's known as procedural roles. So we're talking the police officers, the doctors and nurses, the lawyers, the solicitors, the estate agents. You know, Idris Elba's one of his first big TV roles was on 2.4 Children, sitcom from the 90s.
That's right, yeah.
And you'll never guess what he was playing.
Go on.
A parachute instructor.
Parachute instructor. Wasn't he also on Ab Fab?
He probably was, yes.
I believe he was. And I think that might have even predated that. We're going to have to check this, but I'm pretty sure Idris Elba played like a male model on Ab Fab.
That wouldn't surprise me at all. Whether it was a credited role or not, we don't know.
Yeah. I think it was.
Okay, fair enough.
We'll check it.
But yeah. So you know, I mean, other things I get, other things that people associate me with are things like teachers.
That's right. Yeah.
I've played a banker before now as well.
Banker. Yeah.
So those
no W.
So those kinds of things. So yeah, So yeah, there's lots.
Also,
of people.
my favourite was Angry Boss Man.
Oh yes.
One of my personal favourite. Yes, Calamity Kevin, wasn't it?
I do play the head of a nasty crime squad.
That's
in
right.
Calamity Kevin. I'm actually working with that director again.
Yes, that's
this
right.
coming Saturday on another film.
What was the one where you played like an office boss that was like a grumpy office boss?
That was a short film called Norman, which was actually filmed nearly 5 years ago now. But it's still, if you go to my channel, then you'll see my latest acting reel, which that is still at the start of.
That's right,
it's just such a good scene.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I remember watching that, creasing up. That was 5 years ago, Jesus.
It was filmed 5 years ago. It came out, I think, 4 years ago.
Ah, okay, cool. Yeah, that's so much fun. So yeah, there are benefits and pitfalls to being a typecasted actor. It was always good.
It does work in your favour when you're starting out. There's lots of people out there, you know, you always, whenever I'm on set, you'll always see someone like, oh, they'd make a good security guard. And they're always carrying out for like security guard roles. I mean, I'm probably not quite the right fit for it. You might be.
Yes, who knows?
It's but you know, that's the kind of thing that would suit them quite well. So you know, like nurse roles, receptionist roles, you know, and soap operas and the like are always crying out for those. You know, they have, you know, when you consider there's like thousands of episodes of soap operas going out, and they are always crying out for people in smaller roles. One guy, as part of the acting community that I'm in, he's been producing lots of his own content on which goes out on YouTube and Twitter. His name is Lawrence Russell, and look up some of his sketches online. I think he's most active on Twitter, but his sketches are so good, and he's just begun his first role in EastEnders. So,
ooh, I was going to say you've been in EastEnders too.
I was an extra, yes.
Extra.
But I am looking, but hopefully, as it's not too far away from where we're based,
that's right,
I'll be able to get something, a speaking role there soon.
Excellent, I hope so. Yeah, so I hope you guys all had a great Easter as well. And as you can see, we've had a lovely little chat. Anything else you want to add quick, Nick, before we go?
If you're stuck on things to do, look up Rachel Hollis alienating most of her audience and discrediting most of her career with a single TikTok video. I think if you want a rabbit hole to go down, go down that one.
Wow, that sounds interesting. Yeah, so have a look at that. And obviously the new series of Glow Up has started, which is interesting on BBC One. So I might do some videos on that, as you know, the boss and me quite love a bit of reality TV.
Do you?
Yes, just a tiny bit.
Even though reality TV is a contradiction in terms.
Well, we've talked about that before as well.
Yes. Don't take it as reality.
Yes. Some scenes have been fabricated for entertainment. Blah, blah, blah. Indeed. Just like this show.
How real.
Just like this show. See you later on, everyone. Bye.
Keep safe, keep well and all that. Distance. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.
Exactly.
I'm doing your job for you. Why am I doing this?
I don't know. Thank you. Keep waving.